Capricorn, I'm doing a quick tap into your current energy. Current energy is the Hierophant. What you might not be aware of is the Three of Swords. Future orientation or advice is the Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so the Hierophant talks about really important spiritual lessons. You might be facing a huge lesson right now. It could feel like there's just a problem that you're unable to solve, or something that's just quite difficult that you have to navigate. And it feels like you're coming face to face with one of your biggest lessons. When that happens, that can feel really just overwhelming emotionally and also physically. It's just exhausting. It's usually got to do with the ability to align with our own, like, most aligned self, or the ability to set boundaries for ourselves, right? So it can do with anything. It can have to do with anything, because it's got to do with your own personal lesson that you need to be learning currently right now. But often that's the hardest thing to learn. It's the most painful thing to come up against. And I just want to say that, you're navigating it with as much grace and strength as you can. What I would recommend right now, especially with getting the Hierophant, is to just be open and to listen for the solutions, not to enforce old kind of thought patterns or ways of doing things and kind of repeat the past. But this is asking you to really understand the way forward in a new way by letting go of old conditioning, old patterns that no longer serve you. So this is about some very deep healing. With that, what you might not be aware of is the Three of Swords. You're experiencing a lot of heartache and pain with relation to something. It can be in connection to a relationship that's causing you, kind of triggering this humongous realization or lesson that you're learning, where it can't go forward unless there is balance in the relationship, right? It can't keep going the way it's been going. It can be to do with work and kind of your way that you're working in the world, but mostly something that triggers this kind of lesson is relationships. It can be family, it can be partnership, anything like that. And so I would spend some time just really opening your heart, opening your mind, and going, what is it that I'm supposed to be learning right now, so that I can move forward with more clarity and more openness and bring more openness to the situation. And often that requires you to go into your heart and to feel the feelings that you're feeling and listen for the way forward in your intuition. But it is very painful, and I'm just sending you lots of strength as you navigate this. The Eight of Cups in the upright talks about walking away from old conditions, old ways of doing things, old relationships that no longer serve us, towards more alignment. You're holding on a little bit to the past and to old ways of doing things. And this card is advising you that the way forward is much better than the way behind you. And that once you've learned the lesson to align with how you feel and to advocate for yourself, the path ahead is much easier than the one behind.